Hey guys, this is Calvin here. Today I have a side entry ramp and then I also have a rear entry ramp, and we're gonna go over some of the main differences between the two and then just kind of help you guys figure out which one you guys are gonna lean towards. So first we'll start off with the side entry. The big benefit with this one is the convenience. If you're leaving the store, you can pretty much operate everything remotely just with the touch of a button. So just pressing the button, door will open, ramp will come out. This one does have the kneel as well, so the van does lower. So just in terms of leaving the house, leaving the store, it's a little bit quicker to get in and out of the vehicle. And just like that, the ramp's already out, you're ready to go inside. One of the other big differences that the side entry has over the rear entry is the front two seats are actually modified. So what that means is you can actually remove either the passenger seat or the driver's seat. And the benefit of that is, let's say whoever's in the wheelchair, if they do want to sit up front passenger, they can. And with the side entry, you can set it up for someone to be fully independent. So we can remove that driver's seat and have them actually drive from the wheelchair, power chair, and be fully independent. The other benefit with the side entry is you do get some of the extra seating in the back. So in the back over here, you do get 3 seats. And over here, I'll show you in the rear entry, you do lose a little bit of the seating, but that's pretty much the main benefits that I would say with the side entry. Now we can kind of go over to the rear entry. So the rear entries are usually going to be manual. So that's usually some of the people's favorite feature. There's no electronics to it. Nothing can ever go wrong. So the way this one works, you pretty much just pull this little lever and the ramp will come right out. It is spring assisted, so it feels about maybe 10 to 15 pounds is what I would say, but everything is manual. So that's the biggest selling point on the rear entries. The other point that a lot of people like going with the rear entries is the ramp is a lot wider. So if you have a wider wheelchair or a wider power chair that needs to, be transported, you can do that with the rear entry versus the side entry, because you have this whole opening that you're working with. So the other thing that a lot of people do like is it's actually cut all the way to the front behind the driver and the front passenger. And what that means is if you have, for example, like a quickie or a chair that has longer leg rest or you need to recline, you have that space to do it in this type of vehicle. You can still do it on the side entry, but it can be a little tight. So that's one of the main benefits that the rear entry has over the side entry. If you have a wider chair, longer chair, you're pretty much set. The last benefit that a lot of people will like about the rear entry is parking. So we usually get that question a lot. Hey, if I go with the side entry or a rear entry, or if I go with the side entry, am I ever going to be blocked in? With the rear entry, you don't have that problem. You pretty much just pull in, whether it's at any kind of parking lot. Just make sure you have a spotter. You're kind of making sure there's no traffic. But as you're coming out, you're never going to have that issue of being blocked in. So that is one of the biggest selling points, or the biggest points for the rear entry that people will kind of take into account. Those are some of the main differences between the two. If you have any questions or you want to kind of find out more, and we can cater it to you, please let us know and we'd be happy to help.